Are you the type to work super hard, stay late, go above and beyond, and yet no one even notices? Are you accomplishing big things in your career, but maybe somehow you're a best-kept secret? It's time to change that, because today we're going to talk about how you can create a personal brand. You might not be the type of person to brag about yourself, but creating a personal brand doesn't have to mean you're bragging. It's intentionally crafting your image, standing out from the crowd, and getting your message into the world. And with so many people in the workforce, it's hard to stand out. But building a personal brand is a power tool that changes that. According to recent studies, 77% of employers Google candidates prior to an interview, and 60% use their social media for research. So what does your online presence look like? I certainly hope it's not partying, bikini pics, and one too many cat pictures. I mean, I love cats, but you know what I mean. Some pictures are best left to the private eye, or at least set to private. So if you want to up your game in your career and craft your own personal brand, you are in the right place, because I'm about to tell you how. Number one, come up with a theme. First, come up with some sort of theme or a mission statement. What do you stand for? Why do you stand for what you stand for? Who are you helping? Who are you? It's okay to be a bit broad, but be sure you're consistent. A great question to ask yourself is, who do I want to be a hero to? Is it working moms? Is it women? Is it leaders in the workplace? And from there, ask yourself, what skill are you going to brand yourself as having the most? What do you want to offer? Number two, buy the URL for your name if possible. This might not always be possible, especially if you have a very common name, but see if the URL for your name is available for purchase. And if it is, snatch it up right away. Oddly, I got in a bidding war with like 7 AshleyStahls to buy AshleyStahl.com. And even if I wasn't my own business, having your name as a URL makes it so that when people Google you, they find you first. It's SEO gold. So if your name is taken, you can always come up with your own unique domain name or add something to the end of your name. Like, I used to have the site AshleyStahlCoaching.com. You don't need to do anything with this website right away, or even ever if you create it, but it would be so great for you to at least have it for your future personal brand, whether you make it a blog, portfolio, or a resume. Number three, clean up your digital presence. Google yourself. Is there anything that you don't want publicly on the internet? I know it sounds obvious, or as I like to think of it, is there anything there that you wouldn't want your boss or your hiring managers to see? And if so, it's time to do a little bit of digital spring cleaning. See if you can delete some pictures or get content removed. It helps to set up Google alerts for your name so that you're always alerted anytime something new with your information or your name pops up. Be sure to also go through your social media with a very fine-tooth comb and delete anything to make sure it matches with your brand and shows you in the very best light. At the very least, make sure all unprofessional pictures are set to private. Number four, be authentic. In a world full of messages about who we should really be, it's actually really hard to be yourself sometimes. In fact, most people who read my book pop it open asking themselves the question of, who am I and where do I belong in my career? Setting up a personal brand doesn't mean embellishing or bragging. It simply means taking a stand for your gifts and your beliefs. Ask yourself, beyond the message that you stand for or the audience you're meant to help in your career, what are some fun things about you that make you you? Ask friends if you're not sure. Or in my case, I tend to have a sense of sarcasm, you'll hear. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me out in New York City wearing my neon orange coat, likely at a coffee shop, sitting and writing with my big, fluffy German Shepherd named Jupiter. Your personal brand is you. While my brand is about helping you create a career that truly lights you up, it's also about fun, my dog, and life in New York. And it matters because these little things that are so authentic, they make me, me. It can be hard to find your voice, but know that it's a process and you have to start in order to kind of fine-tooth comb it and really ensure that who you are is accurately portrayed online. One thing I'm still working on is trying not to appear as serious as I think my website or my keynote speeches online make me out to be. I'm not that serious of a person. For some reason, when I speak on stage, my nerves kick in and I just get real serious. So it takes work to be you. Number five, present yourself as a trusted authority in your industry. Do you consider yourself a trusted authority in your industry? If not, know that we all have to start somewhere. Even Albert Einstein was a no one at some point. Today is just as good as any day to start. The internet is full of little islands. There's the world of podcasts and blogs and Instagram, television, and more. Pick your island. Pick where you want to begin sharing your voice and choose based on where you feel like you're the most skilled. If you have an eye for aesthetics, maybe Instagram is your spot. If you're a great communicator but you don't like video, maybe you're meant to have a podcast. Figure out what people in your industry want to know and what platforms they hang out the most on and take it from there. The goal is to market yourself as the go-to person in your industry. So be relatable and be as personable as possible. Be active on as many platforms as you can, but remember to really master each island one at a time, putting out unique content. Number 6, create value. We've already gone over this in some areas, but you need to be consistently creating value. Even though this is a personal brand, it's not all about you. It's about sharing your knowledge with the world and being of support to an audience you really care to educate. While many people are highly intelligent, being able to showcase that in a brand is truly a game changer that employers will really appreciate with you. In fact, when an employee shares a message on social media, it actually makes their employer 14 times more visible. So your success leaks on to your employer, and that, my friend, leaks straight into your bank account and even your salary negotiations. In this digital age, having a personal, unique online brand is more important than ever. When people Google you, do you want to be known as a partier or a competent professional and expert in your field? I think you probably know the answer.